I'm Valentina Wilson in your community. The 32nd annual Dr. Martin Luther King birthday celebration will take place in Morehead City next Monday. Today, we're sharing more information about the organization behind the event. Joining me now are Barbara Hill, MLK Birthday Celebration member, and Ronald Murrow, MLK Birthday Celebration chairperson. Thank you both for coming out.
You're
We will
welcome.
begin with you, Ms. Hill. First of all, how did this organization come to life?
Well, it started back in 1994. In fact, it might have started in 93 because we had to get organized. Originally, we had been going, Mayor Horton had been taking some of us to Raleigh to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday anniversary celebration there. And when we went to Raleigh, we'd have to spend the night. So one day he decided that the expense of us going to Raleigh was getting to be a little more than we could handle. And he says, well, why can't we start a celebration right here in Morehead? And that's how it began. With him being the first black mayor of Morehead City, I guess he felt it was his duty to get something started. And the Martin Luther King celebration was for all people, because we know Martin Luther King was an advocate for everybody.
Yes, equality, diversity, and people coming together. Now, I understand you were one of the original organization members. The 90s, I'm thinking back, I was in college in the 90s, a lot really going on. What was it that just led you to start this?
Well, we wanted to keep the dream alive. We didn't want the younger people to not know what Dr. Martin Luther King had done and how he had helped all people, regardless of their age, sex, whatever. And the only way we knew to keep his dream alive was to have a program each year on his birthday to celebrate all the things that he had done for the people.
And this is a big celebration. So tell me what it is you do at these events and how many people typically show up?
Well, we put together a program, and with that program, we have a keynote speaker, in which we're excited about this year because our keynote speaker was or is an individual who participated when he was young, and now he will be our keynote speaker. We have incorporated local churches. We have a singing group, youth group. We've incorporated the youth from the community to help serve the lunches that we provide for the people to pass out the programs. So we try to incorporate all ages and the churches and community groups to help fulfill this program.
And you mentioned the guest speaker. Who is it?
Our guest speaker is Dr. Richmond Hill, who is the son of one of our original members.
And what does Dr. Hill do?
He is the provost at North Virginia Community College.
And I know he's excited about coming back to his hometown, to his roots, and sharing a word with the community.
Very much so, very much so.
When and where is the event taking place?
The event will take place on Monday, January the 20th at 11 a.m. at the Crystal Coast Civic Center in Morehead City.
Everybody's invited.
Everyone is invited. We usually have a large crowd, and we look forward to this every year. Every year.
And I'm sure the community looks forward to it as well. And this is not your only event of the year. You guys really believe in giving back. So Ms. Hill, tell us about the other initiatives you're involved in.
Well, when we first organized, we would march, we'd have a march, and then we would have activities to involve the people to help them remember why we were having this celebration. And we've done several things in the community because we try to make it so that they'll remember we're going to have it every year. So
I know we have the NAACP, they put on a banquet. They have a banquet every year, and the youth are involved with that banquet. They usually have a speaker during that time from the community. One of the youth speaks at that banquet.
And just crossing lines, racial lines, working with people who maybe don't look like you, but have that same goal inside. Tell us about the partnerships that are formed.
We have several members that, like you said, don't look like us, who are part of our committee. And they are very inspirational in helping us put on this program every year.
You want to talk about that a little bit as well?
Well, from the beginning, our organization was integrated. And that was because, like I said, Mayor Horton wanted to involve all the members of our community and, in the surrounding areas. And when we have our refreshments, we have one church who has been providing, going in, fixing the meal and all, and that is the Unitarian Church in Moorhead. They volunteer, and the Unitarian Church, as you know, that's an all-white church, and they are there. They're on our committee. We have representations from most of the different organizations. They're represented on our committee.
This is wonderful. If it's not too much to ask, would you like to share your age with us?
No, I don't mind sharing my
tell
age. I'm 87 years old. I
87.
just had a birthday December. I was 87.
Congratulations. a beautiful 87. In that time, almost 9 decades now, you've experienced a lot from where you sit, coming through segregation to where we are today. Do you think a lot of progress has been made?
Yes, progress has been made, but there's still a lot of progress that needs to be made in Carteret County, because right now we are supposed to be integrated and we're working towards that, but we have a lot of spaces and jobs and things like that that needs to have more representation from the blacks.
So representation and just crossing those barriers, the work continues, and that was one of Dr. King's big goals.
Yes.
And so we continue to chop away at it, and see his dream become a reality.
Yes.
What would you like to see as far as for your family and your legacy? What do you want to see happen next?
That's a thoughtful question. I'd like to see it where my family, when they finish school and go to college, they're able to come back to Moorhead and have a decent job. They still don't have enough opportunities for them to, have a decent job, a job well paying. So when they finish, they don't come back. So that is something that we still need to work on. I'd like to see that.
And for you?
I agree with Ms. Hill, because I'm a product of that. Went to college, came back to Moorhead, and could not find a decent job. Was promised a job, but it never came to fruition. So I had to go elsewhere. But now I'm back home, and I'm working towards trying to help those under me to achieve that goal.
And seeing so many people return to their roots to help build up their very own communities. This is a great conversation. I wish we could take it even further, but you've shined a light here today, and we hope others will take that torch and carry it.
Yes.
How can people get in contact with you for more information?
They can contact me, Ronald Merle. My email address is ronmerle@outlook.com. My mobile number is 252-269-7521.
And you, Miss Hill?
I can be contacted. My phone number is 252-241-0461. And at every event, we make the announcement that we are open for volunteers, and they know that they can come. Most times they come right then following the program. and we take their name, their address, phone number, and contact them when we're having our meeting. Our committee is open.
It's open.
Open.
Yes.
And keep the conversations open as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Ronald and Ms. Hill, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Valentina Wilson in your community.